This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, What's Your Name is back in Hazleton, and we'll find out what brought the traveling preacher back to Northeast Pennsylvania next. Welcome to Thursday's FYI, and thanks for being here. I'm Ken Cara. Well, I was in high school when the man called What's Your Name first showed up in Hazleton. The traveling preacher, who dresses in a similar way to how many of us would picture Jesus, got a lot of people talking back then. Well, a few days ago, we got a call that he was back in the area. The man known as What's Your Name is with me right now, and we were talking before, and you're going to be on the Sam Lassant show, so I don't want to steal the thunder there, but let's talk about, you said you felt called to come back to Northeast Pennsylvania. Tell us what made you really come back to Hazleton.
God called me all the way from the Holy Land to be here because you and I know there's such a need here. And since I was here back in the year 2000, things have just progressively gotten worse. Now, the Holy Spirit worked strongly because before I came, there was, a certain amount of depression, despondency, and, economically things were bad. But things have really gone downhill, and more importantly, people have gotten very discouraged. So I'm here to help, to help in that inspiration, allowing God to work to strengthen us, and to take us where He wants us to be.
You've seen Hazleton change a lot. What are some of the things you've really noticed change in this area? I know the Hispanic population has boomed. And what is the reception from the Hispanic population when you come around and you talk with them?
The Latino population in general is respectful because they have a deep respect of Jesus and somebody that lives according to the gospel. Now, I'm not talking young guys and so forth. Often I'll be a source of ridicule. And that's something, just an opportunity to bless. And instead of responding in anger, instead of resentment, instead of any harshness, no, in meekness, genuine love, because these are our children that need special attention, special prayer, special love. That Spirit of God, the Spirit of love, will touch their hearts. That's what's needed. With the Latino population, oftentimes people can put down and not realize there's a genuine humility, that the Catholic faith is deeper than we realize in their hearts and lived out in their hard-working ethic. And yes, there's all of these problems, but so often it's because if you and I lived in ghettos, although I did come from a ghetto, that so often we're going to tend towards that direction, especially the young people. So I just encourage a special love of everyone and a special hope in our future here and in this world. I get to see from the perspective of the Holy Land and living the way that I live, there's so much more good than bad that God is doing in our lives.
What was the first thing you did when you got back to the Hazleton area? Where'd you go first? What'd you do first?
I actually came in the streets in the middle of the night, tried to go to the chapel at St. Gabriel's at Annunciation, and because nobody was there to open the door. So I prayed, and then I went over to MPB because I knew that that grotto is always open. Prayed and even rested there and interacted with some of the people on the streets at night.
All right, well, we welcome you back to the area. Glad to have you back, and you'll see What's Your Name on the Sam Lassant Show and also here on FYI. Again, What's Your Name will be a guest on tonight's Sam Lassant Show, and that's at 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. Now here's some headlines from FYI News 13 and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. A standoff in Frackville ended after two men who held police at bay for more than 4 hours surrendered peacefully. Around 8:30 last night, Frackville police attempted to serve a warrant at 29 South 4th Street for the arrest of 49-year-old Stephen Androshik. Police learned that another wanted man, 28-year-old Harry Bainey, was also inside. State Police Special Emergency Response Team responded. In the end, the two surrendered and were taken into custody without incident. Two women who were part of everyday life at the Hazleton Area High School since it opens its doors retired this week. And the cafeteria workers Alice Vallanti and Gloria McIllarney, they both retired after years of keeping the Cougars well fed. We will have much more on this story on FYI Weekend, so make sure you check that out. And now we have news from the desk of the Hazleton Area School Board. There will be a special board meeting on Thursday, July 15th at 5:30 to discuss general business. The meeting will be held at the Hazleton Area Career Center Large Group Instruction Room. For news and information that pertains to you, your local news from the Standard Speaker, log on to standardspeaker.com, sign up for alerts for breaking news, and check out their Facebook page and Twitter feeds as well. Coming up next on FYI, we'll take you to Theodore's in Drums. I know everyone's been talking about that place. Well, we're going there for a special fundraiser. In sports, we'll meet a local professional kickboxer who's getting ready for his next fight.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We're back in your community again on FYI. We're here at the YMCA each and every Thursday with some safety tips. Today we have some help, right, Eileen?
Yes.
We have some helpers in the water. We have Harry and we have Gracie. So thanks for being with us. We're talking about kid safety and what you should do, God forbid, that you see someone who looks like they need help or can possibly be drowning. So before we show those steps, what are some signs of drowning? Because I know it doesn't always necessarily mean the head is under the water. They might actually look like they're splashing around having a good time.
Usually to recognize a drowning, drownings are most often silent. It's not typically the arms are thrashing and they're yelling for help. That's a sign of a distressed swimmer. So drownings are usually silent. The victim would be almost vertical in the water. Their arms are out at the side. And they keep on bobbing up and down, coming above the water and then submerging, coming above the water and submerging, and within 30 seconds an active drowning can occur.
All right, so we're going to show some simple things that you can do if you think that someone is in danger of drowning.
If you think someone's in danger of drowning, the first thing you want to do is remember, think about where you are. You don't want to be a victim yourself. So if someone's close to the side of the pool, like Gracie over here, you can lay down, keep your body position low, grab on and pull them to the wall. All right, that's one way. If they're out a little bit farther, you can go out a little bit farther, Gracie. This is why you always want to have something long by the pool, a reaching pole. You want to tilt your weight away from the pool, reach the pole out, tell them to grab on. Grab on, Harry, you can pull to the side too. Okay? A lot of times though, when you're doing this, if someone is drowning, you don't want to put it out in front of them. Can you raise your arms to the side? You want to stick that right underneath here and tell them to grab on, both arms, and then you can pull them to the side.
Okay.
So that's if they're close to the water. Or close to the side. If they're out too far, you want to get something that you can throw to them. I happen to have a ring buoy here. You might not have that at home, but you have a life jacket. You can throw that life jacket out to them and tell them to grab on, or you can use a ring buoy. What's nice about this is if you hold one end in your hand, you can throw it out, past them, and bring it in, grab on, hold on real tight. Both of you can grab on, grab on.
Grab on, Harry, grab on. Hold
Over
on
the top
tight.
and lean back, hand over hand, and you can pull them back to safety.
Now this can be used for an adult or for a child.
This, yes, yes.
Okay, so again, some signs, when in doubt, you might as well throw it in and help someone out. If you're not sure, I know there were some incidents where parents were in the pool playing with their child and the lifeguard jumped in and went to rescue the child and they said, hey, my kid's only playing. And their kid was actually drowning and they didn't realize it because he was bobbing up and down in the water. So again, some safety tips. If you are in doubt, again, do something, have some supplies around your swimming area so that we can protect our kids this summer. Next week, we have more safety here at the YMCA. You're watching FYI.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
It was a dreary day at the Tricky Triangle IndyCar. Some of the drivers were in town for testing. Fortunately, they did not get to do that today. Now, there were some test runs that happened on Tuesday. However, we did speak with some of the drivers today, and you will see that story tomorrow. Let's check out weather now from the National Weather Service tonight. Mostly cloudy, and then it will become clear as we get down to 54 degrees. For Friday, we reach up to 75 on a sunny day. Friday night, clouds move into our area. The low will be 53. However, on Saturday, will be mostly sunny, high at 71. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low at 55. Sunday, another nice day, 72 is your high. Sunday night, we get down to 56. On Monday, there's a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. The high is at 75. And Monday night, another 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. The low will be 59.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazelton. Treat yourself today.
Thanks for joining us here on FYI in our community section. We're talking with Renee Barron, and she's the director of Hazelton Power. And this is a great event that you decided to have. Team effort, bringing the community together, and it's a really good start for the summertime.
It's great. The location is beautiful. We're at Theodora's tonight. It's absolutely beautiful. We've got a nice crowd, and this is sort of the start of our summer membership drive. All of the proceeds from this event and all of our other membership drives go towards all of our summer events and you know, all of our efforts, whether it be paint supplies for graffiti paint outs or supplies for downtown cleanups. And then we're also going to be having second Saturday events this summer, starting June 13th, second Friday, June 13th, second Friday events. And that's going to be the farmers market downtown, music, entertainment, and then followed by movie at the Markle to wrap it up in the evening.
Now, it's been a quiet winter because it's such a harsh winter, but now we're in full swing. There are many things going on, but with many events, we need participation from you, the public.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were a little bit quiet, or seemingly quiet, because the winter was so hard, and you can't really do graffiti paint outs when it's below zero. So we're really gearing up for a really busy summer, and this one is shaping up to be probably the best one that we've had yet. We've got lots of new members. We've got some fresh board members with us who are bringing some new energy, which is always helpful. And right now, you're starting to notice great changes happening downtown. So a lot of the people who are involved with downtown Hazelton revitalization and all the different community organizations that are sort of coming together, it's so nice to see all of that sort of coming to fruition. You're starting to see little changes along the way.
For someone who isn't familiar with Power or what is happening as far as the good news and the progress for the downtown, which we always say the downtown, but really it's the heart of the entire area working together, what is your advice as far as hope for the future in Greater Hazelton?
My thought is that, Power, we really focus on young professionals and sort of the grassroots effort leg of this revitalization effort. But to me, what is most important, the most important message to get out there is that everyone in whatever way speaks to you, every single person needs to be engaged. Let's stop trashing the area. Let's stop with the negativity. And whether it's coaching softball or starting your own cleanup effort in your single block, whatever it is, getting involved in your church, do that. Whatever speaks to you, do that and engage in your community. And I think that, the results of that are tenfold.
And if someone wants to get involved or learn more about Hazelton Power?
HazeltonPower.com, or please come to one of our events.
All right. Thank you so much, Renee Barron. Again, we're at Theodora's right here, located on Route 309 in Drums. That's it for us right now on FYI in your community.
Hey, look, numbers. I hope they mean something to you. We have the daily number from the Pennsylvania Lottery, 829, the Big Four, 3987, Quinto, 11765, Treasure Hunt, 1, 10, 17, 23, and 27. These are your midday winning lottery numbers. Up next, we have sports on FYI. We'll be right back.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The United States Kickboxing Alliance is sanctioning an event in Hamburg this fall, and it will feature a local pro. Chris Lindsay is a Freeland native who now lives in Cunningham. He made his way down the mountain. He fought his way up the kickboxing ranks pretty fast, but suffered an unlikely setback just as his career was really taking off. Here's his story.
Chris Lindsay's life changed when he signed up for a martial arts phys ed class while at Luzerne County Community College. His teacher was also a kickboxing instructor, and he asked Lindsay if he wanted to give the sport a try. Lindsay did give it a try, and he even started competing, and then the wins started to pile up.
The funny part is I used to whoop his butt. Now it's a little bit opposite, you know. Now he really progressed to that pro level, and now he's a handful when you get him in the ring.
Lindsay tasted success. He won 4 amateur titles, but it was actually a loss that pushed him to the next level in the sport.
And in 2012, after I took a loss, actually, I fought this guy down in Allentown. He's from Arizona. After that fight, he turned pro, went to K1, which is one of the biggest pro kickboxing organizations out there, and that's when I decided, you know, maybe it's time for me to turn pro. So then I turned pro in 2012.
Like a defensive coordinator preparing for a different offense every week, kickboxers have to be ready for several different styles. And unfortunately, there's really only one way to learn.
You prepare for different styles. You get different training partners, different sparring partners who work with all different styles, get beat up by this guy, and then you learn to defend against that guy. My kickboxing incorporates a lot of boxing. I've been working a lot of boxing the last 2 years, mixing that up with the kicks. Still work a lot of kicks, doing kicking drills, but my game revolves a lot around boxing.
Lindsay had one pro fight and then took a blow he never saw coming.
I broke my hand on a Monday at work. I remember it was first thing in the morning. Broke 2 of my fingers, had to get steel plates put in, had 3 surgeries on my pinky finger. I was out of kickboxing not that long. I went back training a week later, but just doing all kicks. I couldn't throw any punches, but I still wanted to keep training.
What's the worst injury you had in kickboxing?
Yeah, in kickboxing, the worst I ever did was break my nose once. But the hand injury from work was the most severe thing that's ever happened to me.
On September 6th in Hamburg, Lindsay will face James Garzillo in his second professional fight. As far as what he wants to accomplish in his kickboxing career, Lindsay's swinging for the fences.
With kickboxing blowing up now, with Glory Kickboxing on Spike TV, it's kickboxing's finally getting the light that it deserves. There's a lot of hard work put into it. Yeah, one day I'd like to make it to Glory possibly, but that's still a while ahead. Those are the top kickboxers in the world right now.
USKA Fight Night is September 6th at the Hamburg Fieldhouse. If you are interested in tickets, you can log on to uskafights.com. Now, Lindsay also teaches kickboxing classes at Iron House Gym locally, and if you would like to learn more about that, you can contact Lindsay on Facebook or you can call Iron House Gym. Well, who's ready for our tweets of the day? This one is from John Marossi, who posted after Clayton Kershaw threw a no-hitter. Kershaw struck out 15 batters, and the only man to get on base reached on an error. And this tweet says, no-hitters are baseball magic, even better than the postseason. A random Wednesday in June becomes historic. Love this sport. So apparently there's a commercial saying that U.S. men's national team forward Clint Dempsey will be back with the Seattle Sounders on June 28th. Now, if Dempsey is back with the team on that date, that means the U.S. failed to advance out of the group stage of the World Cup. So U.S. women's national team goalie Hope Solo called the Sounders out on this with the hashtag I believe that we will win. The Sounders, they got back to her saying, our bad, we just miss him, with a frown face. Social media rules. Thursday is $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Eckley Miners Village Museum will be celebrating its 160th anniversary with its annual Patchtown Days event, June 21st and June 22nd. The event is known for its celebration of the area's rich anthracite coal mining heritage. Patchtown Days admission is $10 for adults, $9 for seniors, $6 for children, and children under 6 are free. More information, please call 570-636-2070. And finally, the McAdoo Fire Company will be holding their annual bazaar starting tonight and ending on Saturday. Great food with entertainment each night on the Fire Company grounds. Come out and welcome in summer with the best homemade food in the area. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Catherine Farley of Hazleton. Funeral is Saturday at 9:15 a.m. from the Boyle Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Saturday from 8:30 to 9:15 a.m. Mary A. Yudinsky of Shenandoah, DeLukovitz-Orovitz-Fell Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And John Paul Davidovich of Tresco. Private funeral services will be held from the Damiano Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111.
Warmer weather is finally here, but for many of our neighbors who are struggling to pay their bills, this winter really took its toll. I encourage PPL electric utility customers that are struggling to pay their energy bills to call us. We want to help. Termination of service is always a last resort. We want to work with all of our customers so they can maintain uninterrupted service. Call us toll-free from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday at 1-800-358-6623 to discuss a payment arrangement. You can also set up a payment arrangement online. PPL Electric Utilities has several assistance options, including On-Track, Operation Help, and LIHEAP, which stands for Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. The On-Track program is a special payment plan for residential customers that offers reduced monthly payments, protection from shutoffs, and debt forgiveness. On-Track is administered by local agencies. Operation Help provides emergency financial aid to pay heating bills for families with financial hardships. Operation Help is funded by customers, employees, retirees, and PPL. Operation Help is administered by a network of local agencies. The Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program is a federal program administered by the Pennsylvania Department of Public Welfare. However, you do not have to be a welfare recipient to participate. LIHEAP provides cash grants to help families with heating bills and crisis grants to help families that are at risk of losing their power or coping with heating emergencies, like equipment breakdowns. With LIHEAP, you don't need to have an unpaid heating bill, and you can rent or own your home. For more information, visit pplelectric.com/billhelp.
Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Lester Jones of Ashland. Lester, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-459-9813 to win your free movie.
I'm very excited. We have a jam-packed Friday show and a jam-packed Saturday show as well on FYI weekend, so stay tuned for that. And until then, take it easy, everyone. Thanks for watching.